Ship's log entry 10-16. The Velvet Foxes had a daunting task ahead of them: entertain the space clowns or battle their way to Dull Pression Vial and deal with the many tragic consequences that would result. Their talent show did not begin with a promising start. The crew's performances were not winning over their captor's audience, and the situation was looking dire. However, the crew of the Resubian took it upon themselves to join in on the celebration, and the tides began to turn. The show became more entertaining, and St. Cecilia became partially successful at a risky maneuver to swipe the Dull Pression Vial from Lisa. But the space clown noticed that the vial was pilfered. The party ended with a gentle crescendo, and the space clown invaders were satisfied with their festivities. They were hungry and wanted to bounce to Space Waffle House, joined by Trizzy and Bill Webb to ensure they left the station. The clowns were deeply unpleasant guests, but in the end, they left the Resubian and the ship was saved. Meanwhile, St. Cecilia asked Lisa to take her to the infirmary and use the walk to admit the true purpose of the Dull Pression. Cecilia promised they did not want to use the lethal option, and promised to destroy it so it could never be used, a gesture that Lisa deeply appreciated. Following the events, the officers gathered to clean up the party. St. Cecilia asked to take responsibility for Lisa's recovery from Thrilljoy, and Bill Webb gave his permission. She also deeply thanked Trizzy and Bill Webb for their intervention, as she was terrified of what could have potentially transpired. The three officers have found themselves as more than mere co-workers. Despite their many differences, they were friends. The team was prompted to attend Andre's, and despite their reservations, they were pleasantly surprised with a party in their honor. The crew of the Resubian was thankful for their saviors, and morale seemed to be high after the terrifying ordeal. That support would be integral if the Resubian was going to complete its next mission of supplying an entire illithid fleet.
We're doing the second downtime of the home teams. Anybody have anything before I launch into it? Because there's a bit of a cut scene at the start of this episode.
Oh, are there missable quick time events? Because I can't put up with those.
No.
It's fine. Don't worry, Quinn. I put the accessibility setting on where we're just going to auto pass the QTEs.
That heavy rain failed QTE sequence is the energy I try to bring to botches.
Yeah. Well, it's either that or the Spider-Man 2 PS2 failed QTEs. Those are pretty good.
Where he jumps 5 feet and breaks his neck.
Yeah. Look, if I've ever seen a D&D botch represented in a video game, it's that game.
All right, I'm going to take that as everyone's ready. So eventually, after the last mission ends and you all have some time off to get we called it the Pineapple Protocol at the end of the last episode set up.
Right.
You are ready for the arrival of the illithid fleet. So 36 ships show up, on your sensors. You all make your way down to the hangar. You can see out the door. It's just like a giant window into space. These various vessels, and they come in a variety of shapes and sizes. There's huge military ones bristling with guns. There's smaller ones, which may as well be like, pleasure yachts in a kind of a Dunkirk vibe to someone escaping a bad situation. This is clearly not a organized armada. It is whatever they had that was space worthy. They grabbed as they ran out the door.
Aw. We gotta help them.
That is the plan, yeah. So part of the Resubian's ambassadorial, diplomatic mission of peace is to bring the technology to illithids so that they don't have to take living, intelligent hosts for their life cycle. These are people who want that technology, and they're fleeing their home world where their beliefs were not respected. And so as you all sit, you see one of the bigger ships kind of come over. It's going to dock, and then actually it probably stops outside the Resubian and sends out a smaller craft to land here in the hangar. And you all are here to greet it, kind of as the captain's, liaison, because he is a brain in a jar and cannot come down to meet the Admiral himself. So this is three of you standing at attention as you see this big ship coming in. Is there anything you want to say and do before it gets here?
I had a thought. Can I have my dress blues on? When Starfleet is receiving an ambassador, they always have like a fancier uniform on with like a little gold trim, and it's mostly looks like a skirt. It's great.
Absolutely, yeah. This is exactly the kind of details looking for. Is there anything you do specifically?
Trizzy is wearing like her nicest work overalls, by which I mean like the ones that don't have any like active stains on them, but like only have the baked in ones that really won't like wash out.
The true stains. The stains that were with us forever.
Yeah, the true stains were like there's not currently any kind of like, oil or anything on the overalls. It's just the stuff that's really baked in. This is an effort for her.
Classy alls.
I want to make it clear that I'm still armed. Just because.
Absolutely.
If anything, you're more armed.
Yeah.
I've got my formal knife.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, what is an officer's like naval sword but a formal knife?
It is, I guess. I would like to say that Saint Cecilia is also in a fancy Velvet Fox Lickham's ice cream formal attire, which I guess is an ice cream jockey, like an orange, like a pale pink striped shirt an ice cream jockey would have. But I'm foregoing a cape because this is very fancy, but I secretly have another cape under my arm just in case I like gauge the attitude here, and I'm like, this needs to be a cape meeting.
I do love the idea that the equivalent of the military uniform here is the ice cream driver's uniform. You're wearing a Mr. Twisty fucking outfit or something. Oh my god.
We all have like, instead of like the gold pips to like signify rank, we all just have little Choco Taco badges and like SpongeBob popsicle pictures like ask about our red, white, and blue sickles.
My favorite thing about this is how big of a time gap there is between us saying this and the fans fan-arting outfits that are nothing like this to get retconned later. It's beautiful.
I mean, that's something I like about the home team is that you do have a different fit for every arc, I feel like. That's been established. The away team is always basically like tacked up like a SWAT team or something. Home team is just out here doing a fashion show.
Away team's too busy on the mission. They got shit to do.
You have your SpongeBob ice cream stuff. The ambassador steps off the ship, sees it, is like, we're fucked, turns around, goes home.
No, wait, you forgot your Freezy.
No, so you see the big ship stays outside the Resubian. This one, it has a number of guns on it. It's probably not the most heavily armed one, but maybe like top 5 out of the fleet. It sends a smaller craft down, and it lands in front of you. Like an honor guard of illithids get off. There's like a squad of heavily armed people, and then the Admiral himself walks off the ramp towards you. I'm going to put a picture of this character. This is Admiral Grice. We talked about him last episode, Grice. Where is my image? There he is.
Do we have a salute in our...
That's a great question. Now's the time to invent one.
Okay. Like in my mind, it looks like the one from Spaceballs. I shouldn't just grab it though. Damn, I hadn't thought of this. Oh well, I don't know.
In my mind, because it's ice cream, it's just a long pantomime of licking like a tall ice cream cone.
That's a lot.
This is a cool fucking character design.
I'm not opposed to it. Okay.
Austin, who's this Phyrexian and why are they giving me mommy feelings?
As Admiral Grice steps into the hangar, you see that he is an illithid of a type you've never seen before. From his giant wings and 7-foot tall stature, you understand that the body he took was probably that of an angel, which is one of the most powerful beings in the D&D universe.
Jesus.
Instead of feathers, the wings are kind of like ropey tentacles behind his back. He towers over his like Praetorian guard as he comes towards you. He doesn't actually have like a lot of cephalopodic features, like maybe has some kind of stunted face tentacles, but it's just a very like placid, serene kind of look on his like smooth, like squid face as he walks towards you all. Is there anything you want to do this ice cream gesture? you're licking. This is what loses us the Netflix deal, is that everything is so silly.
Let's try to all do it simultaneously so that it looks very, very professional. We want to impress the angel.
All right, so the Velvet Foxes, took me a second there to remember what you had named yourselves. The Velvet Foxes group salutes Admiral Grice, who walks over, salutes you back in a much more conventional style, and says, "Well met. What's the operational status of the mission? I need updates." Just like very formal. You see two of the guards like have clipboards. They pull out immediately.
Trizzy instantly looks to Bill and St. Cecilia, being like, "Yeah, this is not my department."
Bill waddles forward and says, "The Resubian is secure. We have a pineapple protocol. Don't worry about it."
Oh, fascinating. I would love to learn more about this, but if you could submit those files, and I could peruse them at my leisure. Hopefully, And what are all the languages that you have them available in? I speak 36, so.
Oh, wow, that's very impressive.
I was going to write it in Duck, but I mean, I suppose I can just put it in Common. And
Duck, is that a dialect of Orin? I am a native speaker, he says in Orin.
The Bill does speak Orin, so Bill says Orin and Duck are quite different because Duck really just has quack. It almost always just means alert or food.
That lacks the subtle nuance of some of my favorite languages, but I guess it couldn't hurt to speak the vernacular of the people.
Yeah. We all kind of talk Common around here. It's super normal.
How delightfully working class. Would you like to give me a tour of your vehicle?
Oh, Trizzy wants to slap this angel so bad.
I want to do insight. I want to do insight to see if this guy is suspicious, like if he's hiding something. There's something odd about this guy. I want to roll insight.
Yeah.
See, okay. I'm not rolling insight. I'm just assuming he's a dick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, totally. Yeah, that's where I'm going with it. But like, I'd like to know some super secrets. 17.
I rolled a 22.
Holy shit, 22 and 17 is incredible. So St. Cecilia with the highest roll, I'll give you get the sense this is someone who is overcompensating around people, trying to show off. Basically, he comes from a culture of performative cruelty. Like Mind Flayer traditionally are, love-inflicting violence and pain. And like I think I've said before, the Monster Manual describes them as inherently sadistic. And this is someone who doesn't want to look like a punk, but is like putting on a show. And it's actually, 22 is so good. I'm going to say like this is someone who's probably going to go back to the ship and be like, "Oh man, I hope they're not mad at me."
Oh, it's me.
Yeah, Trizzy's done no roll on insight. Trizzy is just convinced that this person is very, very mean and should be hated.
Cool.
I will say that Cecilia then will then sort of like take a lead in being like, "Absolutely, follow me, and I will give you a succinct but very fascinating tour." Starting with, of course, our giant ice cream machine. While you are looking at this, understand that one is currently being installed upon your ship. That is just part of protocol, but that is free for everyone to use. I don't truly know where the ice cream comes from, and you should probably not question it as well.
There is a distinct lack of dairy options on the CC Evulsion, our flagship, so thank you.
You're very welcome. Think Mr. Lickums, whoever he is. I believe he is an amalgamation of different corporate mascots and not actually a real person, but we salute him anyway.
All right. So we're going to do some level ups here. The first one I want to do is actually here in the hangar. I think, Bill Webb, you excuse yourself for a moment as St. Cecilia and Trizzy take the Admiral on a tour. So basically we see St. Cecilia, Trizzy, and the Admiral with his honor guard, like leaving the hangar talking. Cecilia's like, oh, we have many different flavors. We have a new butternut squash ice cream as you leave. And Bill Webb, you stay here and you go looking for the creator of your new weapon, the burning hole, who is supposed to be here.
Okay.
Her name is Bridget. She is a human. So you go looking for her.
All right. Cool.
So you can find her probably on the far side of the hangar, away from all the hubbub. She is working on some robotics.
Okay.
She has like some kind of chassis or something. She is, absorbed in as you approach. What do you say?
Are you Bridget?
Oh, hey, that's me. Oh my God, you're as cute as everyone says. Ah!
Yeah, I'm security officer Bill Webb. I wonder if you could take a look at this gigantic, like gramophone-looking weapon I have here.
Yeah, I think it's really more of a sousaphone, right? It wraps around your whole body. I guess that's neither here nor there. It's a gun. It's not an instrument. But you like it? It was kind of in the testing phase. It's more of a prototype. Oh, you have definitely fired every shot, huh? It's empty. Wow.
Yeah, I would love for it to be reloaded and also to be better.
Leon asked for an upgrade to the burning hole, and so we're going to give it one more shot going forward. So 4 times per arc, and also it will shoot one more bullet per arc. So you have 4 shots of 4 instead of 3 of 3.
Yeah. I just love the idea of like putting it up against someone's head. I like it's fun.
Oh my lord! So I didn't really describe Bridget physically. She is a human, which is I don't know how you feel about humans. One cursed you. Is there anything there?
Oh, Bill's uncomfortable around most folks, sentient folks. But at this point, like he doesn't discriminate quite in that way. Like he doesn't say like, "Oh, a human cursed me, so they all suck." It's more like I don't like the human experience. More like
I haven't come down to the security station because my brother protects me pretty well. The giant cyborg guy. Have you seen Buford around?
Has Bill seen Buford around?
I think he's impossible to miss. He's a tank that walks like a man.
What if half of a man's body was just one big robot arm?
Got it. Buford, yeah. Always see him in the halls. Always moving out of the way to not bump into him.
Yeah, he ran security for our family's trucking company, so I always feel pretty safe. In fact, you caught me at a kind of the last possible moment. I'm about to go out on a mission because the first mission I tried to go on with him turned into a whole bloodbath situation, and I don't want that to be the kind of my mission experience going forward. So I'm trying to get out there again and have a normal, nice one.
Well, I go on missions sometimes. But I gotta tell you, they seem to thus far end in a lot of violence.
Well, we're in the middle of a war zone, so it'd be weird if everyone just kind of came together and had stern conversations. I mean, it'd be nice, but kind of boring, I guess.
Yeah, in fairness, I do choose violence more often than not.
Oh no! That's everybody I'm meeting. The person I wanted to see so bad in that first mission is this robotics expert. He turned out to be evil. So, you're not evil, are you?
No. Well, gosh, how would Bill describe being true neutral? No, I'm just trying to get through the day. That's how I am. That's how I've been for the past couple years now.
Just trying to get through the day requires you to steal prototype guns.
I didn't steal it. It was there and no one was holding it at the time.
Oh, I need to hold all of my personal effects at all times. Okay.
You didn't put your name on it.
He's got you there.
I don't see it. There's no serial number or anything.
That is like a big roll.
Yeah, I put my name is on my underwear. It's a whole thing.
Oh no! Wait, you wear under? Never mind. I don't want to know. You are wearing formal dress blues.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Bill isn't Donald Duck. There's no he wears a uniform and a tasteful vest.
Bridget starts writing her name on her stuff. She says, a lot of theft going around. I don't know if you've met the new guy, Cortazar, another a mind flayer defector, but his ship got stolen. So he's actually going to be taking me out on this new mission. We're going to make him a pilot.
It's fun on my side getting to hear, like, I made those Austin's playing with the toys I made.
Oh, my.
Yeah. So she finishes reloading the burning hole. I think she says, "Where'd you get that name? Is that a reference to something?" I was going to call it the Smoochinator. I made it for peace.
Well, I'm sorry, but you're... I'm sorry. This reminds me of that Mystery Science Theater 3000 episode where the death ray is like, we designed it for peace. Okay, sorry. Bill finds that ridiculous and says, "How is this weapon? How does this weapon make peace? Is there a switch for that?"
Yeah, you gotta set it into pacifism mode. There's a little toggle here on the side. No, it's supposed to be more of a deterrent. You know, this is like with my brother in our trucking company. You know, he messed up some bandits so bad people stopped attacking our shipments. You know, once you set an example, you don't actually need to hurt people anymore.
That works only infrequently. It's interesting that you thought this would not be shot. I've shot it 3 times. I'm going to shoot it more, but I appreciate it that my gun has backstory.
Oh, she strokes the burning hole. I'm a sweet child, my beautiful son.
You put a flame decal on it. I didn't put that there. That existed prior to me picking it up.
Well,
I guess that's the scary part, huh? The deterrent.
And the quantum characterization where Leon decided to have a flame decal, and now Bill Webb gets to chastise her.
Right. Right. It's excellent.
It is great. She puts the gun back around you because it wraps around your body like a sousaphone, which I did have to Google which instrument is the one that goes around your body.
Oh, okay.
And she says, "I guess you got to catch up with that ambassador, dude. What a big, right? Like, are all the doors on his ship like double size? How does that even work?"
Yeah, I mean, I can fit into anything, but like, I guess even giants can fit into these doors. I don't know what's up with this giant angel. Do you know anything about the giant angel? Because I get like a weird vibe from this guy.
Yeah, why don't we do a history roll?
Okay, why not? Let's see. It's just a plain old D20 without any modifiers for me. 3.
Yeah, I don't think you know much at all. I think Bridget says, I came on this mission because I want to help illithids. I think they have a really sad situation getting bullied by the elder brains, but I'm actually not up on like the local politics, unfortunately.
Wow, I'm just passing the time.
Whoa, that's how much time do you have? Is that rude to ask?
I don't know. Everything about me is different now. Look, a wizard. He did a thing to me. I don't know. I mean, I have comparable intelligence to like a human, but I don't know if I have human lifespan. That part is unclear. There's a lot of magic going on inside me.
Yeah, in fact, last downtime you went to see Dr. Jovan, you got some tests done, and I think you rolled poorly, so I didn't give you anything immediately. But I think maybe you have like an email sitting in your console with like, results from Dr. Jovan. Okay. I don't want to make the choice for you that you've been putting off opening it up. Maybe you didn't notice, but
I did not notice that Bill Webb that had an email address. That I did not know.
Duck at Resubian.space. But yeah, I think if at the end of this level up scene here, first, do you have anything else you want to talk about of being a 5th level ranger?
I mean, for the audience's sake, yes. And he's faster now, which has never been an issue before. He's always extremely fast, but I enjoy the fact that he's like absurdly fast now. And I have an extra attack for when that inevitably happens.
Let's see. I'm just excited that this level up means that you're now half of the Daft Punk song Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger.
Oh, yeah.
You're 50% of the way there.
Yeah, I treat that song as a checklist for life.
Okay. Bill Webb is jacked and stacked now. So, all right. Cool.
Yeah, perfect. I guess as you kind of waddle out of the hangar, you know, Bridget's gonna finish up her work and then leave with Cortazar on a mission. Do you want to, like, you know, pull out your tricorder and check your email?
Yeah, I'm looking at my pad or whatever, and I want to see what that is. What's that says?
Yeah, I think you get the results from Dr. Jovan of the test from your last downtime, and it turns out that your cellular structure is really unstable.
So great.
And Jovan is asking you to come back for more tests because he's worried that you might have, you know, more extreme effects in the future, like more mutations, going from duck to super intelligent duck to question mark.
Oh no, I'm a Barkley. It's terrible. Okay, so. All right, yeah, I guess I gotta do that at my next convenience.
You're a Barkley? Shut up and jam Gaiden? What are you? Wait, what was that reference?
I apologize. It's a Star Trek thing. There's an episode of Star Trek where Barkley becomes super intelligent. There's always one of those in every sci-fi show. Someone gets real big or something, and everyone has to deal with it.
I was gonna say you're more of a Tosk.
Oh shit.
That's nothing. I just love that character.
No, it's not relevant, but it's always a good time to bring up Tosk.
Yeah. Okay, I'm looking at Barkley now. Someone else could talk while I read this Wikipedia page.
Okay, yeah, he's his whole character is that I guess they thought of him as like a shy person, and I suppose that made him sympathetic. But the more you look back at Barkley, the more he just comes across like he's just mildly creepy.
I mean, he's creepy and a bit of a wimp. He's just very unhelpful.
Yeah, he's not
also,
the best.
Doesn't he like get reverted back into some ancient animal at some point, and it's something weird? Yes,
in season 7, everyone de-evolves, which is not a thing, but Barkley is patient 0 for that, and Dr. Crusher names the disease after him.
Okay, this person is in 5 episodes of Next Generation and 6 episodes of Voyager. It's
yeah,
really interesting split.
Yeah, he becomes like a recurring character on Voyager. He gets creepier too as time goes on and more isolated. I think he follows Deanna Troi on her vacation, which is just completely out of order.
Yeah.
Quinn, you had some Barkley thoughts?
I mean, it's a dog's name, right? Barkley? it's a name you would give a dog.
I mean, it should be a dog's name.
Yeah, he's played by one of the actors from the A-Team, and I learned only a couple of years ago that the actor turned out to be like super conservative, and he does a podcast about it. That's our boy.
Is it like an embarrassing thing though? Like barking with Barkley, like he doesn't have anything else, so he has to hang himself on a 12 episode stint on Star Trek.
Yeah. Oh wow. This is a fun deviation.
It is. It's one thing that everyone here shares. Like sometimes it's hard to get everyone on the show on the same page. Where I'm like, hey, you know, you play the new Fire Emblem, and Comrade's like, no, shut up. No. But everyone here actually is a Star Trek fan, so that's good.
Yay.
Yeah.
I do want you to show up to Dr. Jovan's like, please, Doc, tell me it's not a barking with Barkley situation. I couldn't bear it.
Okay.
But But yeah, as you rejoin the tour group, you're all kind of continuing to show the illithid Admiral Grice around. Let's get a little taste of that before the next downtime scene here. What are you showing him?
And that is why this particular ice cream takes about 25 minutes to finish, but it is the best brisket ice cream you've ever had in your life.
It would be highly unprofessional of me to stop for a taste, but maybe a sample. He motions to his bodyguards to quote unquote take samples of the ice cream for professional purposes.
Maybe just a lick. Lickum actually does require I say that enough times per day.
I think you should try it. I think you'd really enjoy it, and you'd get to see some of the things that our ship is really good at, and that our ship is, better than other ships in some regards.
Enjoyment isn't my job description, engineer, but thank you for your perspective.
Oh, this guy is the fucking worst.
Someone's gonna need to hold on to Trizzy's collar,
Can I put a gentle hand on the shoulder as I'm gonna try to be like, well, whatever would help you best relax and feel at ease. This is a safe place for you, Captain, or Admiral, I assure you.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Can I interject here real quick?
Of course.
Rather than immediately rejoining the tour group, I'm in the hangar. Did all the illithids more or less head out to the tour group, or how many are still hanging around?
I think there's a small complement with the Admiral, probably 2, and then there's some hanging around the shuttlecraft. Yeah, so
okay.
Probably a couple outside, a couple inside.
Okay. I want to go inside their ship.
Hell yeah! Oh my god, intrigue.
Okay. Are there illithid people guarding the entrance?
Yes, but you can roll stealth.
Okay. Yeah. I want to see what's going on. Okay. Let's see. Oh, cool. That's one of my better ones.
I was like, okay, there's 36 ships with their guns.
15.
There's no way they'll escalate this. 15, perfect. Yeah, I think you created a little distraction or something. You can slip onto the ship. What do you want to? First of all, paint me the picture and then tell me what you're looking for.
Oh, I do very very Inspector Clouseau, putting my whole body against the flat surface and inching my way past them. Just very very cartoonishly get past them.
Yeah, the 2 illithid guards who are at the front of the ramp are probably just you see the game last night? That was crazy. You just slip inside.
Yeah.
The shuttlecraft. Is there anything specific, or you just want to roll investigation?
Yeah. I want to investigate. I want to sort through all of their things. Actually, before I do that, do I see or hear anyone else inside, or is this basically...
There's a couple of people. There's a pilot somewhere in here, and there's probably a guard for him.
Okay, but since I rolled the stealth, I'm okay for now.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. I want to sort through their things casually. Mm-hmm. This seems important. I'm going to use one of my inspirations because it's only a plus. I only get a +2. I want to investigate the shit out of this place. So that's a 19. I didn't even need to do it, but I said I do it. So I'm of my word. So I lost 1. So I'm at 2. I'm at 2 inspirations, but that's fine. I rolled 19 anyway for investigation.
Yeah, 19 is incredible. You can find pretty much anything you want here. I didn't have anything specific in the shuttle waiting for you to find, but we can work through it together. Is there what were you thinking? Do you have anything in mind?
I want to know everything they've been up to in recent memory.
Sure. There's 36 ships, so I think you probably can grab some kind of thumb drive or the space equivalent. I bet it's wetware, right? It's probably actually a thumb, it's a squishy meat thing or something has the crew manifest on it.
Okay.
There's 36 ships with various populations on it. And the mission logs, the flagship, which is where the shuttle came from, is called the Avulsion, Avulsion, and you find that this was a military ship that the Admiral stole from the Mind Flayer planet he came from.
Okay.
As well as some of the other ships in the fleet are military. The other ones are just personal crafts. It's basically like if you fled from a country and you took a tank and a jet and a Ferrari and then some Ford Fiestas. It's like a real motley assortment. But yeah, you see that Admiral Grice like served in the Mind Flayer army and was like doing, shooting up people, doing some bad stuff. But eventually it was like, no, wait, this is wrong, and left and took people with him.
Oh,
so
you had a come to Jesus moment.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of specifically like lore things that you might be interested in. The Admiral is a illithid, which is a kind of illithid that will become an elder brain eventually. They're like the biggest and strongest. Like the life cycle from like little tadpole gets implanted in a person, becomes a squid guy, and then only like a percent of a percent of a percent becomes like the brain in charge.
Okay.
And that is like it's like a queen ants or queen bees. It's just a chemical thing that happens. Okay. So he will be that.
All right. So this is a big boy. All right. So last question. Are there any weapons around?
Yeah, I think all the guards have a weapon, and you can probably find like an emergency like gun taped to the bottom of a desk or something.
Yeah. Are there any? Let me put it this way. Are there any weapons that look specific to their culture? Is what I'm trying to say. Something that is nothing that we have on our ship. I'm not just going to take another phaser or anything.
Yeah, no. So most Mind Flayer combat is done with psychic abilities,
right?
So I don't think they have any like iconic specific weapons. But if there's one, we can brainstorm one together if you would like it. With a 19, mostly what you get is that their story checks out. They really are fleeing from the the culture they betrayed. I guess you could say Admiral Grice has blood on his hands. Like he's not perfect. He didn't believe in their values before getting grossed out by it.
Okay, but since they like inhabit other things, one would assume there must be like a pistol around or something. I would like to take I just want to confiscate, not steal. I want to confiscate one of their guns.
You just want a memento, I feel like.
You are Paul Blart on Air Force One.
Yeah.
This is not how the jurisdiction works, but knock yourself the fuck out.
I'm on the ship. I'm on their ship is their ship is inside of our ship. Okay.
Yeah, Air Force One landed at the mall.
Right.
Paul Blart would be in charge then, Austin. I mean, if you follow the chain of command.
I'm taking a pistol. In my mind, it looks like the one that Han Solo shoots in the first one.
All right. This gun is woefully inferior to the burning hole, but if you would like a gun, that you can have that, and then do what you like.
Flayer pistol. I just wrote it into my equipment. Got it. All right. No, I pocket it and I get the heck out of there.
All right. Perfect. All right, back with the tour group, because I want Bill Webb to join this before we go to the next downtime scene. But
I find them. I use city secrets to catch right the hell up.
I don't know why I hit the brisket button again, but once you start it, you can't stop it. So I apologize.
Yeah, Admiral Grice is like, "Oh my God, is that a duck?" And as you all turn, he turns to his bodyguards and tries to eat the ice cream while no one's looking.
Trizzy is going to just make eye contact and be like, I know. I saw it. You're not above us. This is conveyed in a look. This is not actually said. This is trying to look down her nose at this very much taller than her angel.
Yeah, more than twice your height. You're a little goblin. And you're saying, you're not above me. The physical comedy is incredible there. What other systems are important to show me here? I know right now your personnel are loading the relevant medical devices onto the shuttle, but we still have some time.
Is there a particular part of our systems you're curious to see? I mean, we have state-of-the-art equipment and personnel in pretty much every field.
I would say that to broaden my technical horizons, I would be most interested in seeing any magical facilities you may have. This is a notably lacking field of expertise on my homeworld.
Who's like sort of the premier arcane person on the ship, or like is there like do we have a wizard's tower on the ship?
I don't know if you have a wizard's tower. I mean, that's a great question.
Can we get one?
Whatever you want, I guess.
All right. I'll be like, well, the wizard's tower is under construction, but we have quite many different studiers of students of discipline aboard the ship.
I'm trying to think of like all the characters we established. Is there anyone who doesn't have a job we've codified on screen? And I'm looking at Wallace, the Artuk.
I was gonna say that sexy starfish man's the only one I've been curious about him.
And yeah, you roll up on the wizard tower, and he's got like a wizard robe on now, even though he's a plant starfish.
Does this satisfy what you were looking for, Admiral?
In a purely professional capacity, I do find this intriguing and valuable.
But how does it touch you and your soul? Because this is poetry. They should send a poet for this. And I'm going to say that as I am pointing at the starfish plant man in a wizard robe. I don't know, shouting into the sky. I don't know what he's doing, but I want it to be something very unorthodox.
Yeah, I mean, this is. I actually looked up. R2 can become up to 12 feet tall. I think I established Wallace as only being like 6 feet tall now, but like they can become very large and intimidating. But he's here doing like bibbity bobbity boo and like making brooms dance or something. Very non-impressive when you arrive. I think the Admiral was intrigued by something you said, which was soul. He says, "Can you define your terms, communication officer? I'm not familiar with this Earth concept."
Of the soul?
Is it a kind of ice cream?
It can be. Some would say there's the soul of the ice cream in all of us. Yours is spiral, because I see a little bit of light and a little bit of dark. They're mixed together, but it makes a delicious treat.
While you're explaining the nature of the soul to this illithid, someone enters the room here. Because I think we're all at the wizard's tower now. Is this just a tower that was built on the side of the ship, or is it like part of the...
No, I know what it is. I don't know if Americans have this, but like soft serve ice cream will sometimes have like a chocolate flake stuck in the top of it. The wizard's tower is the chocolate flake in the ice cream that is the Resubian.
Is that like the little the cone that's at the bottom of the cone, like the chocolate at the bottom?
No, sometimes we get like the big straws or whatever, right?
No, it's a rectangular stick of like very flaky chocolate that is like in the UK. It is the thing you have in like a soft serve ice cream. It is like just this weirdly crumbly, flaky rectangle of chocolate.
Okay, I'm not.
Search 99 flake.
Okay, 99 flakes, but a bitch ain't one. What is that? Okay, yeah, I mean, this is definitely a thing. I've never seen this before.
I guess this is just a British thing, but in Britain, like, you wouldn't have like an ice cream in a cone without like one of those stuck in the top in the summer. That's the Wizard's Tower.
I love learning. Thank you for teaching me a new thing.
Yay!
The 99 flake by Cadbury. What in the fuck? Okay,
yeah, it's so just sorry, I'm telling you a history lesson now. It's so ubiquitous that an ice cream with one of those in is named after the brand. Like you would ask for a 99, which would be a soft serve with one of those in. Like, it's that ubiquitous.
I'm now reading the Wikipedia page. A 99 flake, or a 99, is an ice cream cone with a Cadbury flake inserted into it. By 1930s, Cadbury was selling half-length flakes specifically for serving in an ice cream. This is the most British thing I have ever seen.
I love this little detail here that says the Cadbury website says the reason behind the flake being called a 99 has been, quote, lost to the mists of time. Which is such an intriguing way to describe it. Like a legend has been lost.
I bet it had a sick-ass backstory. It was too powerful for the masses to know. What was the other thing that was lost to time? Was it the Triscuits? No one knows why they're called Triscuits. Oh, the name Triscuit is believed to come from a combination of the words electricity and biscuit. Okay, if you say so.
Oh, wow. That's a bit much for the Triscuit, really.
I was going to say, the Triscuit did not earn that title.
Well, it was baked with electricity at a time when that was unusual. I guess the
oh, okay. Okay.
All right, we learned a lot. So you're explaining all of this. We have the image now of the Resubian with this stick coming out of it, the wizard tower that is under construction for Wallace the Artuk. Someone comes up to you, Trizzy, and asks for you. They are a fairy. We know Wendy. You've seen her before. She is an illithid combined with a fairy, and she comes in. She has a bunch of papers in her hand, and she says, "Hey, you busy, Triz? I wanted to show you some whole stuff."
Oh, as much as it pains me to leave this tour, you did this very important work you have for me. I'd better get on that ASAP. Off we go, Wendy, for this scheduled very important work.
Yeah, she says, "Sorry, I forgot about this. When I came back from the last mission, I slept for like 2 days. It was very stressful. But then I woke up and all these papers were on the floor, and I was like, oh yeah, I brought those for Trizzy." She's telling you this as you're probably returning to the bowels of the ship where you get away from the Admiral.
Yeah, Trizzy's like, oh, thank God that is the most insufferable person I've ever had the displeasure to spend time with.
Oh, you look big. I like that.
I mean, I liked the big until he started opening his mouth going, meh, I'm so much better than you. Meh, meh, meh. Too good for brisket ice cream. It's terrible.
Well, he's a illithid. It'd be kind of weird if you. Oh, I guess that you don't really Never mind. It's a whole thing. It's normal and expected for them to be like that.
I mean, look, that one was part angel. I expected a bit of snootiness. It doesn't mean I have to like it.
So this is a hole. She shoves the papers into your hands, and you look at them and see that it is data from a space station that was monitoring a black hole. And this is, I don't know if this data is interesting or useful to you. Maybe Arcana to see if this is anything.
Yeah.
Wendy does not understand the nature of your job.
Right. That's a +4. 22.
Holy shit, that's great.
Trizzy instantly realizes how helpful this is going to be, and I think grabs Wendy by the arm and starts, running down towards the bottom of the ship.
Oh, it's a good hole? I didn't realize.
Oh, this is a real good hole. This is exactly the whole information I needed. Oh, this is great.
Yeah, you run down a tunnel to where your Gronk. Yeah, I was gonna say your Humongous, which is the name of the ability as an artificer you have, but we don't think of him that way. He's a hologram. Roars to life, and the little goblin is like, "My love, you've returned," and you just run right past him.
I was like, "I'll get to you later, Gronk. This is more important."
Wendy says, I just, they're saying something about, science. And I was like, oh, Trizzy loves science. I thought you would, I didn't realize it was this big of a deal.
Oh, you have accidentally, this is, Okay. I'm gonna have to, wind back slightly. I've been working on some stuff, and I'm not supposed to be working on it, but, this is gonna be really helpful. Are you okay if I, catch you up to speed on what I'm up to?
Hell yeah, Triz, lay down the gossip. The oil gossip? Oil is dripping down from the ceiling.
Yeah, sorry about that. So, here's the thing. I'm gonna get everyone home.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna do it. Some of the bits of the plan are still coming together, but I'm gonna work it out. I started by trying to make something for the engine so that we could infuse magic into the engine. I made a dimension door seal out of machinery that we could channel magic into, and that did work. It technically works. It is a first step, but it was missing something, and I'm trying to work out how we can get the ship over big, long distances. There's other problems we've got to worry about later. We've got to worry about how we're going to keep this thing intact and not absolutely destroyed by the process, but couple of thoughts I was thinking about. First of all, I was thinking about black holes and wormholes, and this is why this research is perfect. I am hoping that there is something in here that we can use to connect 2 points in space and use that to get us home. I am thinking that if we could contain some kind of black hole wormhole type anomaly in just a little contained way somewhere down in the bottom of the ship, just in a very very careful way. And then I've been trying to work out the missing piece here, because I would need to use some form of magic to connect the space anomaly and the sigil I've created in the engine, and I still got to work out the missing part of how we're going to do that, because magic does not play nicely the way I need it to between those. But let me get looking at these. Let me get looking at these notes.
So I understood 100% of that because I'm basically as smart as you. You said something about a wormhole. Are you going to fill the ship with worms?
No. I want to make a point in space that connects to another point in space that is home. And we can use we can use the big suck. We can have our own big suck that takes us home.
Oh, the big suck. Okay, you should have just said that.
We can have a little big suck that takes us home, I think, is the theory.
I'm also a science person like you, so I know all the technical terms. The big suck, the small suck, the side suck.
So yeah, Trizzy is like pouring through these notes, and I think quite quickly comes back around and is like, I might need your help.
As a fellow scientician, I cannot refuse the call for aid from a colleague such as yourself. She bonks herself with a wrench by accident.
Trizzy ignores this. Trizzy's hit herself accidentally with a wrench way too many times to care. Yeah, Trizzy turns around and goes, you have wild magic, correct?
Absolutely. I was a little squiggly tadpole, and they knocked a fairy out, and then it's kind of gruesome. Do you want the whole thing? There's an enlarge reduce.
I mean, it's up to you how much of the thing you want to give me. I'm good with any amount.
They enlarged the fairy, they reduced me, and then they combined us, and fairies are inherently magical, and mind flayers inherently psionic, and magic and psychics don't mix, and so the whole thing is popping in here. She probably points it at herself. It's like it's kind of a heavy metal concert at all times inside of your girl. So it comes busting out.
Okay. So I'm kind of counting on the fact that your magic is mixed in with a bunch of psionics. It doesn't have the same, what's the word? It doesn't have the same frequency as other magic. And I have been having trouble getting this engine to work with traditional magic. And I think that your wild magic might be the missing piece we need to pour into this engine, create just like a tiny little space anomaly that we can contain, and then just gotta work out how to make the ship not explode when we do so, and I think I can get us home.
I've just now thought, like, last downtime when you made you got the dimension door teleportation stuff working, and I was thinking, how does that contain a wormhole? And like, what if it is teleporting the wormhole in place, like teleporting it to the same place 100 million times a second? You know what I'm saying? Like, it never has a chance.
I love this so much. That's perfect. And just at the moment we need it, we're like, okay, wormhole, go, and we stop teleporting it in place, and that's how we harness it to go home.
Yeah. I mean, this makes a lot of sense too, because like I was thinking that, like, how does Trizzy invent an engine no one's ever invented before? And it's like, she's very talented, but like there are other engineers and there are other wizards, but wild magic is inherently something that no one should really have a mastery of. So this is a great inroad here. It's a great point of inflection, I guess, for this whole project.
So I think Trizzy turns back to Wendy and goes, are you happy to help me create a potentially incredibly dangerous space anomaly inside the ship that we do not tell the captain about until I've done the thing afterwards where I make the ship safe enough to travel through it? Are you up for this level of subterfuge?
Triz, you put an engine on my ice pick. Anything you need, bud.
Okay. And Trizzy starts, like, very quickly, like, assembling some bits of machinery and, like, starting to section off an area, like, a corner of a room that's, like, do not cross red line, this is where the space anomaly will be, and starts trying to connect up some additional machinery, basically, for Wendy to start channeling some wild magic into.
Yes, so in addition to the stuff you get as a level 5 artificer, the thing we're giving you is a feat that Wendy recently earned called Unstable Backlash, which means when you get hit, because of your exposure to wild magic during these experiments, some wild magic can lash out from you because it has infused you, and then we'll roll in this big D100 table you have prepared, and we'll get some wacky effects. So I'm pretty excited about this. So we were brainstorming what Trizzy could get for this one, and it took us a bit, but I think when we got there, we were both really, really jazzed about this idea.
We were trying to find something that was like, we need like 3 steps for the ship to get home, and I didn't want 2 of them to be, I get teleport powers, or 2 of them to be, I get shield powers. But this, I think, really works. And I don't know what the flavor of this, of how the wild magic getting into Trizzy happens. I think that there's maybe a degree of, this is initially working as intended, and Wendy's just like pumping wild magic into these like electrodes that she's holding or something, and part of the machinery that has been very hurriedly put together because Trizzy was very excited about this prospect starts maybe coming a bit loose, maybe was not put together with as much care as it necessarily should have been, so Trizzy has to run in and start like tightening bolts and screws and things in the midst of this machinery, and that is where some wild magic happens.
Yeah, you irradiate yourself once. Yeah, I like this. Wendy is like holding 2 electrodes. Everything's glowing green. You're just like smiling, looking at this. The reflection on your goggles, bright, and you don't even realize what you've done. Can we get a D100 to see what a wild magic effect makes this evident? I just realized this is an opportunity. I didn't even have that planned. I was just like, what if something crazy happens?
That's great. This is how we know that it's worked. I've got to get my D100 list out. I'm not used to having it for the home sessions.
Yeah.
29. What happens on 29?
I really hope it's not just like you get 2 attacks this round. Because that's nothing.
Permanently learn a new language.
Oh, fuck!
What's a new language that Trizzy could suddenly start spouting?
I mean, we just had this discussion earlier about the duck language. It would be very funny if you started quacking.
See, I was gonna go with, is there a Wendy specific language that'd be good, but no, I have to learn duck now. Trizzy now knows duck.
Oh my god. Okay, so you all are doing these experiments, and then you rejoin the tour party later, and you just walk up and you try to say like, hey, I'm back, and you're just like quack 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 quack.
Yeah, we can jump to do we just jump straight to there?
I mean, I think so. There's a little bit more tour, and then we're going to do Cecilia's downtime. So unless there's another funnier moment that can be revealed.
I don't know if there is. There was some maybe some stuff with Wendy still, but I feel like this is the best way to play this out. Is, I think Trizzy sort of thanks Wendy for all the help and heads back up top and gets back to the tour group and just attempts to say hi crew, I'm back, how's everyone doing? And it's just quacks.
So sometimes we like to get a little wacky on this station just to like kind of keep the atmosphere fun and electric like this. This is like a fun thing that we sometimes do. And I'm just trying to cover for the idea that when I go on the crewmates just walked up, starts quacking like a duck.
Oh, okay. In that case, Bill notices the quack, obviously, and quacks back. Duck?
Trizzy stops dead in her tracks and goes, duck? Duck.
Do you say duck?
Duck.
In duck?
Yes. Yeah, this is in duck. Just duck. Huh. Duck.
Bill nods, and basic like affirmatives. I guess would also make sense for this language, and he's like, "Quack." Yeah, that means yes.
I think Trizzy realizes what's happened and waddles right back to Wendy.
Yeah.
Sort of runs up to like, hey, Wendy, hi, hey.
Hey, Triz, you're back already.
Hi, hey.
Yeah.
I know Duck.
I know a duck too. Bill Webb, he's
No,
the security.
Oh, God.
No,
Oh?
no, I know how to speak Duck.
Oh.
I didn't know how to speak Duck like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, that's a good one.
I should have thought this through, this language more. But like in my mind, it is only as sophisticated as like an actual Earth duck.
No, and I think that is perfect. I think intonation of tone and Duck is great.
Yeah, exactly.
But here's the thing, Trizzy now knows how to do the intonations. Like she knows how to
time.
inflect the food quack.
Yeah, so now like if we're in a tough situation, we can do little signs.
Trizzy can now shout like danger, threat.
Oh yeah. Oh
Run.
yeah. That sounds like a duck thing.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, no. Trizzy comes right back to Wendy. He's like, that's a good what?
Oh, that's a good one. Last time it happened to me, I got space flu. And then before that, it turned me into like a Power Ranger. Anyway, there's a lot of ways that it can go.
Wait. Is this wild magic?
Oh, definitely. You got cool mint flavor, girl.
Oh, aha. I mean, look, I'm glad I rolled well on the. I rolled on the rolled well. I'm glad. I'm glad it started with. I'm glad it started with learning Duck. That's one I can adjust to that one.
It's both practical and funny.
Okay.
I love it because Leon put duck on his sheet as a joke. It's like you set up a mouse trap in a room and close the door. You're like, no one will ever go in there.
Yeah. Trizzy now like has questions. Is like, oh, I need to process this. How bad can these get?
Well, some days you'll breathe fire. Other days you'll have two tails, and then the next day you'll be able to see through time, and then the day after that you'll be inside out.
Oh, cool. Yeah. More being at the whims of things out of my control. Woo. It's gonna be fun.
You want to just bonk each other with?
It's gonna be fun.
Do you want to hit each other with hammers to see what we can get to come out?
I think I'm gonna need like a minute to get used to the idea that's gonna happen. But like when I'm a little more ready, we can totally bonk each other with hammers and see what happens.
Suit yourself. Wendy hits herself in the face with a hammer.
Are we rolling D100 for you?
Yeah, if it's funny, we'll keep it.
Yeah, do it, roll it. What is it? Let's find out.
No, I got 68. I got 68 in the last episode.
You did get 68 in the last one.
Because I said, it's so close to being nice.
Yeah.
62.
62. Okay. A very chill NPC appears. Nobody but you sees anything strange about this. They seem very normal.
Oh no.
I have to come up with an NPC on the spot now.
Oh no. I mean, we can revisit this. I like the idea that she hits herself in the face with a hammer and then turns and goes, "Oh, I didn't see you there." And then Trizzy, you're just like, "What? They've been there the whole time." And then we just cut away.
Yeah.
Because we've done something terrible. Bill Webb and St. Cecilia, how are we finishing off this tour of the Resubian?
Well, I believe now that you have seen all of our ice cream machines, our movie theater, and where we grow weed, I want you to understand that we are a scientific and humanitarian endeavor. It's just those rooms aren't all that interesting.
You have a hydroponics bay.
Exactly. That's where the weed is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this was a very effective communication of your ship's capabilities, communication officer. I commend your abilities. You're obviously extremely qualified.
I believe you want to speak to the. I can't remember the name of our captain at the moment.
Slack Demille.
I remembered his name. I was like, what's his position? I was like, captain, never mind. I believe you would want to speak to our captain then. I believe we have held you far too long showing you ice cream.
What is the captain's position? Is like that Tumblr post is like someone asked me what animal the Pink Panther was.
On both sides of the moron sexual.
All right.
Oh.
You take Admiral Grice to the bridge to speak to Captain Jamil. Once properly escorted, I guess your time is yours. Do you want to have any interactions with Bill Webb there, Cecilia, before we peel you off?
These bodyguards, are they armed? One would assume.
Absolutely, yeah. They have extremely high-tech looking rifles.
Shit. Bill, before they go to the bridge, Bill says, for security reasons, I'm going to have to ask you to stow your weapons before entering the bridge.
Oh, fuck, that's good. I want to say deception because I don't know if that's protocol necessarily. Is that true?
It literally is. I mean, you can't have. I mean, foreign dignitaries can enter the bridge of a ship, but like they can't come armed with like.
We did also have we had a security incident in the bridge already, so it would make sense.
Yeah.
How about intimidation? Just your force of personality. Shit. It's not like you're trying to scare them, but just to assert yourself.
Right. Okay. I mean, here I go. 14.
I think with a 14, that's above average. I think they will say, well, we will deactivate them. Like they'll pop the clip out, and give you the ammo or whatever, but they're not going to surrender the actual weapons.
That's fine. I'll take their ammo.
All right. Yeah. Wow. It's just a power play. These are like two really big illithids, and they're like, okay, duck, Earth duck. Incredible. The cannon mind flayers would be so mad if they knew about this.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. They surrender their ammo. Anything else?
We can go to the bridge now.
Yeah. You drop the Admiral off at the. The captain's place, and they're going to have a private conversation, and you two are free to go.
Trizzy comes back to the group again, and goes, this time in common, sorry, I promise I wasn't just finding an excuse to run away from the tour again, although I am very glad I got to miss the rest of the tour. Bill, sorry, didn't realize about the duck for a minute. I have wild magic now.
Oh, you're fine. Like I was as surprised as you were. We're good.
I learned duck without knowing I had done so. Life's fun.
Yeah, I not a big fan of magic. Yeah. It's unstable. But look, I have all their weapons. I mean, I have all their ammo.
You do have to give it back at some point, right?
Oh, hold on. I would like to examine the ammo. Like it's like a clip, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's like bullets inside.
Yep.
Okay, I want to take. Hold on, I take one.
Okay. I have no idea what Leon's up to. This is so terrifying.
I'm just gonna write mind flayer, bullet, heavy. I'll say heavy jacketed bullet. Okay.
Yeah, I think at this point, Trizzy, you came up the elevator to the bridge deck to see the rest of them, and you all are having this conversation in front of a big window, and you can see the stars outside the Resubian. In fact, you get a glimpse of the new constellation.
Oh, it's not that troll again, is it?
No, we have passed out of the troll zodiac. The era of the troll is over, so you're no longer going to be botching on twos. Instead, you have entered the era of the rust monster.
Okay.
All right.
That's a fun little guy.
Yeah, a rust monster is a kind of like insectoid creature. The stars, kind of vaguely look like the outline of one. It has like a big antennas and a shell. And I think you all can kind of get from context clues that rust monsters eat metal. And so the effect of this is everything's going to be more fragile during this era.
Oh.
Specifically, every time you get hit, your AC will be lowered by 1.
Oh no.
Oh,
Just
fun.
Cumulatively, just every time you get hit, just keeps going down.
Absolutely, yeah. So
Are there good constellations? These constellations blow. They're all mean.
there are good ones. This one is.
I don't want to see them. All I want are bad ones now. If that's what I just think that's the best. We just have this shitty constellation. We all made this bad zodiac together.
Oh, Austin, you don't know what you've just done. You've made it infinitely easier for me to get hit over time after giving me the ability to have wild magic every time I'm hit.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah, no, I had the constellations all planned out before we started, so this is not intentional.
Yeah, that sure has worked out.
Yeah, so every time you get hit, it will be easier to get hit again, which will be a kind of cascade, what's called a failure cascade, so we'll see how that works out.
Also, I realized I didn't say the other things that happened when I leveled up, other than getting unstable backlash. I now also get get the extra attack thing that I can do. I now know Mirror Image and Shatter that don't take up the number of spells I can know. I've got some second level slots, and I know Heat Metal now, which is convenient considering this is the metal arc.
Yeah, so some good spells. Shatter is a big explosion. You can bonk people twice with your wrench, just the way Bill Webb can double bonk with the knife. So everyone's getting stronger. Is there anything right here in this hallway you all are talking about before St. Cecilia does her level up?
That is a very tasteful vest, Bill Webb. Where did you get it?
Oh, great question. I don't have any lore for that. That's not what Bill says, though.
That would be a great response. I need to start using that in very real life when people ask me questions. Shit, I don't have any lore for that.
They had to make a uniform special for me, and also because I'm a security officer, I needed to wear armor, but because I'm a duck, I can't wear heavy armor, so they made me this. And by they, I mean the armorers who helped, were part of the training.
That's exquisitely designed. I mean, very dapper. I'm sure you get told that all the time.
Yes, it is comfortable, and it protects me from people shooting me. Yeah,
I mean, it's no oil-stained overalls, but it's all right.
It's solid.
Do you have like an entire closet of it, or do you just kind of do you rotate the same one over?
I as far as I know, I have one tasteful vest that I wash.
Well, this is wonderful. I love this for you.
Okay.
It turns out you did have lore about your vest after all.
Yeah, I mean, not exciting lore. It wasn't bestowed upon me from like a king or anything, or like space god. It was given to me because I'm small.
It took me a second for me to realize you meant the vest wasn't bestowed to you by a king. I thought you meant the lore. Like, no, a king didn't give me this background info.
Yes.
Your Majesty, please. Your Majesty, please bestow on a humble peasant such as I some lore. Just a little backstory, my liege.
Everyone sucks until you go to the king to beg for your backstory.
I do admire your restraint, Leon, because there's nothing stopping you from saying a king gave you the best.
Right. That's true. I could have gone it much harder, but
it's a double-edged sword, because then I'll have the king show up and be like,
no.
Grab that dog.
You're a coward for not doing it. I'm doing it. Trizzy bursts out with, oh yeah, king gave me my overalls.
Shit.
All right, a king enters the scene.
Oh man.
He demands his overalls back.
No, never mind. You'll never have them. Runs into the walls.
Oh my god, wait, is that the person we summoned with Wild Magic? The character
Yeah,
who's
I was
been there
gonna
the
say
whole
this
time?
is the king you guys saw, right?
Oh my god. Holy shit. Are there any character names that you have? We got, because we can definitely do King something, who everyone is like, oh yeah, he's been there the whole time.
Oh, let me look. Do I have any I haven't already like set for something?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I had Maxwell down. I had a Maxwell I hadn't assigned to anything. This could be King Maxwell.
I just think because the Maxwells were the villains
Oh, you're right.
of that
Yeah.
other season.
No. Okay, someone throw me a name. What's this king's name?
Humongous.
I don't know why, but King Humongous.
And I'm like, oh, I guess he's a porn star.
Yeah, I actually like King Humongous. If we're voting,
I like King Humongous, but only if he is not at all humongous.
I mean, wait, are you doing a bit? Because that's Lord Humongous from Mad Max, right?
Oh,
I've never seen Mad Max, Austin.
Oh, this is okay. This is one off the dome that just happened to be a thing. Okay, Lord Humongous is a professional wrestling character, also known as a gimmick, that was introduced to Memphis Continental Wrestling Association. The character was based on Mad Max. Okay, never mind. Woo! I thought the Mad Max was based on this wrestling thing, and I was about to have my worldview shaken.
A lot of stuff was based on Mad Max. The Road Warriors are a tag team. They also became called the Legion of Doom, and they wear Mad Max stuff on them.
Oh my god. Okay, what does King Humongous look like?
Oh,
He's tall. I'm gonna have to say he's tall.
Fair enough. I brought that
No,
up.
wait,
I
no,
set the bar
no.
too low.
he's not.
He's not. He's tiny. He's tiny.
Yeah, no, he's tiny. He's another goblin. He's a goblin king.
Can he be really buff though? Like in my mind, I'm just picturing a very short version of Major Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist. Like very tiny but super ripped.
Wrestling just straight up like ripped things off. Like there was a Sting and the Ultimate Warrior before they were big. They were in a tag team, literally just called the Blade Runners. That's just a thing.
Wrestling is a no law, no copyright zone.
That's where our most iconic characters come from, though.
I wouldn't tell a wrestler you can't do that. It's against copyright, because what if they beat me up?
That's true.
They can break whatever copyright they like. They can beat me up. They're strong.
I mean, speaking of Sting, he literally just dressed up like the Crow in the 90s.
It's the most enduring gimmick of our age. He's
Right.
been doing it for like 30 years.
He's still doing it in AEW right now.
You want to sue me? We'll settle this at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Right.
Your
In
Honor.
a steel cage.
Sting is also only the second most famous person named Sting.
He's a little more famous than the Sting from the Police in my heart.
Well, yeah, in like my world and my interests, he is definitely who I think of when I think of Sting.
Yeah. I also sometimes think of Stingmon from Digimon, but that's an entirely different thing.
Okay. Austin, what are you doing over there?
I'm getting an image of King Humongous.
Okay.
And this is who's going to enter the scene. So this is Trizzy says, I got my overalls from a king, because you are all under the magical impression this person has been here the whole time. That was the magic effect.
Yep. Everyone but Wendy thinks that this person has just always been on the ship. There's nothing strange about them being here.
Yeah, and so this little buff goblin carried on a palanquin by like robot goblins that they found in your workshop is carried into the room and is just like, peasant, return the overalls. I won't tell you again. To the dungeon with you.
Trizzy's just like, never, you gave them to me, they're mine now, they are my right, and scurries into the walls.
God, Caesar!
You have no dominion here.
King Humongous is talking to you, Bill. Caesar!
Wait. Okay, Bill. Okay, so Bill definitely thinks that this guy has been here the whole time.
Yeah, he's been here the whole time.
But is Bill loyal to King Humongous? That's what I want to know.
Oh, that's yeah.
I would have to say no. I would have to say that Bill, works within his own with the police military thing, and that his captain is captain, and that he kind of resents King Humongous telling him what to do. So Bill basically shows him the barrel of his gun, the illithid pistol that he just found, and he's like, "It's like no more kings." He's like, "You don't tell me what to do. I'm actually taller than you." And he just brandishes his weapon.
Can I get wisdom saving throws from Saint Cecilia and Bill Webb as the robot goblins carrying his palanquin lift him up higher than you, so he's taller?
Oh, 7.
Austin, I'm so glad you rolled my favorite thing on the wild magic table. I'm so excited for this one.
I rolled a 13. Can I also note I'm just sad that you got to this character concept before Little Dan did, because this is absolutely
King
right in that
Humongous.
wheelhouse.
King Humongous, the goblin who's always existed.
Who rides around in a chair of robot goblins and orders everyone around like they're royalty? Yes.
Okay, yeah, with a 7, Bill Webb, you fail, I think, which causes you to become afflicted by the status effect Fear, and you can choose how that works, but I'm just thinking that King Humongous kind of advances on you and you kind of back out of the room and off screen.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Bill puts his stolen, let's say confiscated gun back into his vest and makes a hasty retreat to try to maybe get his bigger gun armed around himself.
Austin, can I roll stealth?
Absolutely.
I have a plan. I have an idea.
I'm so
I have
scared.
a thought.
Steal King Humongous's crown.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going for.
Oh, really?
24
Okay.
stealth.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, so this picture of the Goblin King I put in the chat has a crown and a bunch of jewelry on. So the 24. Trizzy, do you snatch the crown off King Humongous's head?
Oh yeah, no, Trizzy just pops out of slides away a ceiling tile and drops down from the ceiling to steal the crown.
I feel like this should be like a Samson thing where without the crown he loses his power.
So first, Bill, you kind of exit the scene, and King Humongous is like, "Halt, knave!" and begins advancing on you with his palanquin. And then Trizzy, slides out of a ceiling tile, grabs the crown, and he starts going ballistic, just being like, "Insolence! Insolence!"
And Trizzy holds the crown and just goes, "Are you ready to let me keep my overalls, the ones that you gave me, that I was allowed to have and to keep? And then I'll give you back your crown, your item of clothing, and we get on with our days? Or do I have to, and Trizzy goes to, put the crown on herself, do I have to?
Never, you insolent knave. I will have your head.
She puts the crown on.
Oh shit.
Look, she's had enough of people being snooty and looking down on her today. She's putting the crown on.
Oh my god. Saint Cecilia, do you just slip away? Or are you just like, oh, okay?
She's just kind of sitting there. I think Saint Cecilia is more upset. She's looking at her little notepad of all her various different people she interacts with. She's like, I don't have any notes on King Humongous. This is an enormous oversight on my part. She's really kind of angry at herself. How did I forget King Enormous? Humongous, whatever his name is.
I mean, he
has his name. He's always been here.
One is he was born King Enormous, and then when he was crowned, he took the kingly name, King Enormous, King Ginormous.
Austin,
yeah,
I'm so sorry for what I've put you through today, but Trizzy has the crown now, and it's just that's that.
If I know our fans, King Enormous is the only thing they're going to talk about for 4 months.
Oh God, I know, it's great.
But eventually, Cecilia, you kind of take the elevator down off the bridge deck to go back to your room. As you are leaving, the the chaos behind, you're looking at your notes. You're like, Goblin King, what the hell? What king of what? What does that even mean on this ship? And you don't even see that someone is sitting outside your quarters, sitting outside the door. And they stand up, and you see it is Lisa, the clown that you spent a lot of the last arc with. She is not dressed in her full colorful rainbow regalia. She seems like she probably has the dress blues on because there's a diplomat aboard, but it kind of clashes with her face paint and a little red nose and stuff. So it's an interesting look.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Nice. I I like it when you're so colorful, but it's nice seeing you in a different ensemble. I feel like you bring a lot of character to it.
Oh, thanks, Cece. I'm trying to make a good impression on the Admiral. He's very tall and regal and stuff, and I don't want to embarrass everyone. Again, I'm sorry, I'm embarrassing everyone.
No, I don't think you need to worry about that at all. The Admiral has his ways, but I think from what I've gleaned from him, he seems like an okay character. I think he is trying just as hard as we are.
Well, there's a high bar for character on this ship, you know? We have you're great. We have King Enormous, of course, who everyone loves.
I forgot all about King Humongous, and it has been my greatest disgrace. I have a list of all these people to try to make sure their needs are being met, and I haven't even been considering King Humongous. I have to throw him a party or something.
Oh, we should. You're a great party planner.
I do love to throw parties.
Yeah, actually, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Not parties specifically, but events. You know, that you wanted to help me with the book club, and getting people, you know, they're getting their morale up. And you see at this point, she pulls out a box from behind her back because she got you a present. She says, "Do you want to go inside? This is embarrassing if we're in the hallway. Everyone can see me give you a present."
Okay, yeah, sure. We can go inside. Yes. Let's go inside. Just open the door, please. It has been a long day, and I don't know how to end conversations at the moment.
Whoosh! The door opens, and Lisa says, "Oh, you have the whoosh setting on, huh? Suspicious."
You got to have it on. You want the whoosh setting on. It's very dramatic. It's very gothic. It creates like an atmosphere. If I had some bats hanging from the ceiling that came out when it whooshed, it would really be like spot on ambiance.
I was thinking you would have it set to the lightning, you know, like the thunder when the door opens. That's how I pictured it.
There's a fine line you have to strike between going for it and like not making yourself look like a fucking joke. And that is a challenge I face every single day. I want the lightning. I want it. But if you saw me with the lightning, you'd be like, this bitch. Look at this bitch over here.
No, you got to make yourself a joke. People love jokes. No one's ever heard a good joke and been like, ew, disgusting.
That's true, but like, I feel like my family back home would hear about this and they'd be like, this is embarrassing. Like, this is humiliating, Cece. You have become gauche. And that is a big faux pas in vampire culture.
Oh, your family. You were telling me that you have your grandfather Dio?
Yes. Oh, good grandfather Dio. Well, I shouldn't say it affectionately. He still drinks blood the old-fashioned way. That's the polite way of saying he murders people. So we don't really kind of communicate with him as much. But, you know, I do appreciate his fashion sense. I really wish I could pull off heart-shaped bracelets and armbands the same way he does.
Yeah, I knew you had to get it from someone. Look at this. She gestures to your formal wear. The box that she has, the present, is a very long box. It's a very large present. She sets it down like on your bed or something. And she says, "So I was thinking about what you might need. You know, we just went through a whole thing where somebody shattered your arm. We're not pointing fingers.
I don't even remember who it was."
But I don't want you to be in danger if you can't defend yourself. I guess I shouldn't spoil it. You open the present.
Okay. I will. Knowing full well this could be a hilarious prank and it shoots me with seltzer or something, I still am going to very casually open it, fully expecting there to be a joke.
Oh yeah, I should have had some kind of joke. Hold on, let me think. Well, what if it's a fun joke though? What if it shoots out confetti or something harmlessly?
I mean, that's worse than if it had just sprayed me. That I can clean up water pretty easily, but confetti everywhere, that's a mess for life.
Oh no.
This ship will be in a junkyard. They'll still be cleaning confetti out of it.
But for your level up, you asked me for a specific item. Why don't you describe it?
Yeah, so I have say has like her space rapier where like it glows with this sort of crimson laser hue to it. But I thought I wanted to add a little bit of pep to the sword. So like now the sword glows this crimson hue, but it'll like stay static for a moment, and then it'll run through like the colors of the rainbow, and then go back to crimson red again, and it's a lot more motley and fun now.
All right, and that's a +1 rapier.
Yeah. Also, every time it hits somebody, it goes.
I think Discord cut you off. What does it do?
Discord might be cutting me off, but you'll hear it in the edit. It'll
will
say
hear it.
I can see my little thing right there.
You're censored for truth.
they won't let me make clown noises. This Discord's anti-clown.
Oh my god, the prejudice is out of control.
I never.
How do you respond to this gift?
It's wonder. Like she is like, oh my gosh, this is wonderful. How did you even come about the mate? Like, how this is so like hugs and all this sort of stuff is going on, and she's trying to find words, but she's asking like 14 questions.
Yeah. Lisa tries to explain. She says, Dr. Jovan is a metallurgist, and Wallace is like a wizard. Did you know that? But before she finishes, suddenly she kind of convulses in the hug and then turns around and runs to the bathroom.
Are you okay? Are you allergic to hugs? Is that a clown thing I should know?
You hear her throwing up in your bathroom.
Saint Cecilia will just go up to the door and say, is there anything I can get for you? Is there anything I should get Dr. Jovan for?
Does he have Thrill Joy?
No, I do not believe he does, unfortunately.
Do you?
I do not. You saw the way to get it before, and it didn't seem like it was a super fun thing to do, so unfortunately, all I have is a copy of the 6-body problem that I'm working my way through vigorously.
Okay, if you were going to plan the book club, you need to hold my hair.
Yeah, absolutely. I got you. I was talking to Render. I think Render's interested. He seems like a smart guy, so I thought, we should get some smart people in there so that when I'm dumb and I don't know what's going on, we can let them talk. And as I'm saying, I'm going to help, pull her hair back and, be there.
Yeah. Can I get a medicine check?
I'd prefer if you didn't ask for that and you asked for it.
All right. Yeah. Well, that's life, huh?
Well, I botched.
Oh my god.
So thank you, Austin. I don't. You destroyed me. I'm dead.
All right. I think here's what she says. She's eventually drinks some water and feels a little better, sits on the floor, and she says, I'm trying to be a good morale officer. And, I'm very thankful for all your help, but there's one morale case I think is going to be the most difficult. And I need someone's help. And I think you're the only one who can do it.
Okay. If there's anything I can help with, I'm happy to.
Okay. So if I had been a better morale officer, I don't think Dot would have been quite so fragile and snapped when she found out we couldn't go home. And now she's confined to crew quarters and presumably becoming more and more bitter every day as she's locked in there, which seems like a morale time bomb.
That is definitely a true point. I have been meaning to speak to Bill Webb about getting some perhaps one-on-one time with her.
Well, there's no time like the present. Oh my god, I got you a present. It works on multiple levels.
You alright, buddy?
No, that was her.
Oh, okay. It was so realistic. I was like, what?
Acting.
Nailed it.
So good. He's so good. Okay, yeah. I guess I'm heading over to see. Well, I want to make sure Lisa's taken care of first, so I want to take her to clown sleep and make sure she's like set up and like resting, because this shit's it's fucking ruthless, and like whatever Dr. Jovan would provide is like nearby, but then like I'll go help out with this.
All right, so you take care of Lisa. She is resting for now. I think we have decided not to go as dark as that could have gone, and instead, I think we're gonna get Dot mixed up in this storyline because that is the number one success that I think would help Lisa feel validated as the morale officer. So you go to Dot's quarters, and I think you approach the door. And I think when it opens, it does the lightning and thunder. She has it set. She has it set to the spookiest setting. And inside,
That's
she's
actually
like,
pretty cool.
and inside, she's like, "Come in."
Wow, the ambiance in this room is incredible. Like, it really echoed. That really carried. Like, wow. Have you been doing some soundproof? Well, I guess it's the opposite of soundproofing. You wanted it to carry, so what's up with these acoustics?
I've been Oh, I can't really do the I can't really do the voice yet. Hold on. You come into her quarters. You see she's wearing like all black, like big metal studs and everything, like very illithid fashion. But she's like bundled up in a blankie with like a hot cocoa or something. She wasn't expecting a visitor, so she hasn't, perfected the villainous thing she was trying to do there. And she says, "What are you coming here to taunt me? You already bonked me on the head with a bunch of stuff."
I would never come here to taunt you. That is not my style. It's not my MO. I am here to talk to you. It looks like you could use a friend right now.
Yeah, I tried to have a brain friend, and you took it from me.
Well, that is not really a friend when you take them against their will. So that is something perhaps we need to discuss, of boundaries.
What about the tadpole? That would have loved to be my brain friend.
I feel like you are perhaps projecting a little bit, but that is not really what I'm here to talk about. I want to ask how you are doing.
I'd be doing a lot better if you'd let me out.
Well, that is something we would like to see, but I think first we have to talk about where your state is right now.
My state? What?
Are you are you having fun?
Excuse me?
I kind of walked into this very quickly. It's been a long day, but I am here. Let me hear what's on your mind.
I have nothing to say to you. You monster. You cop. I hate you. Do you want a hot chocolate while you're here?
I do not want to impose upon you. I am simply here to be a sounding board for your thoughts.
I think she would really like you to impose on her.
I will never speak to you. You're my enemy for life. It comes in a couple different flavors. I have a caramel one, and I have what is this? Brain? Yeah, I got them install the brain one. Not for my enemies though. She's she's walking over to the ice cream machine, which also has a hot chocolate setting in her room.
I want to roll an insight. I want to see like how salvageable do I feel like our relationship could be.
Uh-huh.
I rolled a 7.
Yeah, that's not very good. It's hard to read. I think you're like, oh, this could go either way, depending on, the things you say, the roles you make, maybe for future things. The obvious thing, I don't even think you need to roll for me to say this, is that like she's lonely, but she's mad, and that these two things are in conflict. But yeah, she makes another drink, and if you decline it, she'll drink yours too.
You know what? You said caramel. That is the magic word as far as I'm concerned. So I would love to have one.
Maybe I poisoned it, pig.
I mean, it would not be the first time I've been poisoned. So,
Oh no, what happened? Not that I care, bitch.
It was a very long time ago, and I made a couple enemies, but it's part of trying to live life and navigate it. It's not so easy.
Tell me about it. I was just a regular person doing my regular stupid job, and then things got out of hand very quickly.
We've been thrust into unprecedented times and an unprecedented situation. So it is understandable that we have challenges in figuring out how to adapt.
Can I get a persuasion roll to see how this is going?
Would it help if I drink the hot chocolate in a sultry manner?
I, I don't know if there's a sultry bonus. Let's
Okay.
let's see how this roll goes.
I rolled a 24.
Christ, that's incredible. Yeah, so I mean, this is going well. What do you think's the shape of this conversation? Because with the 24, you can basically we get make definite concrete progress here.
I'd like to think that Saint Cecilia is just very like open, like the same way that like Dot expressed like concern when Saint Cecilia is just like, yeah, I've been poisoned before. Like Saint Cecilia is just like talking about like sort of just a very vulnerable nature of how this situation isn't particularly easy for her. Maybe it's the first person she's also mentioned anything to that like she has family like back in Seoul, so she's gonna maybe create like a little bit of a sense of like solidarity and just like yeah, like I don't know if I've been reacting the best to this either.
Oh yeah, I don't think anyone's brought up Dot's family. I think she says like, yeah, my parents are total normies. They didn't really understand my love of Mind Flayer culture, and I had to save up money to go to the Hot Flopic to get all the latest illithid fashion, and then I ran away. Basically, I think they hate me probably. I mean,
can I be painting her nails? Because I remember last time she had like really cool nails before, and I
Absolutely.
imagine maybe she hasn't gotten the opportunity to get them like done again.
Oh my God, yes. I think you pull out nail polish and you're like, can I paint your nails? And she's like, can I put you out the airlock? You beautiful goddess.
Oh, now it's changed real quickly.
It's just every time she finds herself being nice, she has to overcompensate, and then vice versa. So you can definitely paint her nails, and she opens up to you about her family, just being like, yeah, they wanted me to be in PR in like a big firm in a big city, and to make a nice living and have a nice house and everything. And I was like, I think I'm gonna fly to the tentacle realm and get in the middle of a war. And they didn't understand.
It's very brave of you to do that, though. I mean, our families don't always understand the way we do things, but it is our lives to live.
Yeah, but it's also your mistakes to make. I mean, everyone's mad at me about what I did, but you've made a lot of people mad about what you've done, right? Like, I don't think that the friends of that clown you killed. She's saying you as collectively as the party, but like that clown you killed has friends, and that ambassador who got decapitated at the peace talks probably has powerful friends who hate the Resubian. Everyone's making enemies here.
It feels like she is thinking back to like specific situations, but her mind, like her gaze, is also a little bit kind of off, and that she's trying to remember something and is not having a lot of success with it.
Well, I was very nice to you, even though you deserve to burn in hell forever. So can I leave my room now?
That is not my decision to make, but I will provide a strong encouragement to our security officer for it to be something we consider. Perhaps this could be a regular conversation we can have, and that is a goal we can work towards.
Oh no, that duck is gonna have me in here for the rest of my life.
Bill is so sweet. You just have to know exactly where it is, and I believe that I can sweet talk him into considering it if things seem good.
Who do I complain to about the prison conditions? My shower only has 17 different settings. What is this? Is this a fucking beholder work camp?
I will come back to you with some of the best illithid, I don't know, fan fiction sites, whatever it is that you were into. I will find a bunch of it for you the next time I see you, but I have got to get going.
Oh my God, you've saved my life. You disgusting slug.
I feel like that is not the only time I've been called that, but it does feel like that was very close to a new one. Maybe it was just the tone and the way it was said. Yeah, it's all coming together.
All right. So what do you do after you leave this? There's a siren here. I can't use any of this audio that's currently being recorded because of the sirens. Oh my God, what's on fire?
We can say anything.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You can't stop us now.
Stop.
There's 12 King Humongouses.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to clarify something because my sometimes my brain just switches off for about 10 seconds and then comes back. Is King Humongous, or is King Humongous King Enormous?
King Humongous.
It's King Humongous, but then I
Yeah.
accidentally called him King Enormous.
Oh, wait. So is King Humongous King Humongous?
Yes, there is only one character. His name is King Humongous.
I just wanted to double check. Sorry, sometimes I miss a thing. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I got it all now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, don't worry. All you need to know is his name's King Humongous, and he's always been a character in season 10.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is like we cut from Dot kind of like crying and thanking Cecilia in between, saying just like really foul, mean things, and then we just cut to like a rally of people in front of King Humongous. We're like, we love you, we're your loyal servants, and all three of you are there like, what is going on? What is happening?
Trizzy doesn't care. She's still got the crown.
I feel like, did we not invite King Humongous to the celebration party? Like, there's just these blank holes I'm trying to figure out.
What if I just ditch my plans for the entire next arc and we just hang out with King Humongous for 3 episodes?
Look, I'm already thinking, like, what can I do in the away downtime that involves King Humongous now?
Absolutely, yeah. Everyone, next time we go to the away team, everyone's going to be like, I ditched my character. We're just the 3 acolytes. Now we're doing whatever he wants. But yeah, what are you all doing here? I'm picturing that this is like at the Wizard's Tower. I want to flesh out this location more because I didn't realize that it existed. But King Humongous is just like, yes, bring me your baubles. I desire them.
Trizzy's just in the back, like, you don't deserve them. You tried to take You tried to take my overalls back. You deserve nothing.
Can I drop baubles in front of the king? Like, here you go. Do you like these?
Do you want to do deception here?
I like to think I can. I want to note, I'm not trying to deceive him. I think Saint Cecilia is just really struggling to figure out who this person is. She's like, in her mind, she's like, I've always known this person, but she's just like, what? Does he love these? Does he like pocket change and stuff?
Yeah, I love that. You stumble upon this weird impromptu rally and just throw a bunch of pocket change just to see what's going to happen.
Can I note, these are, in my mind, I realized, I was like, why would Saint Cecilia have pocket change? We're in space, but I'm like, maybe these are fucking ancient ass coins because she's been alive so long. Like, what pocket change would she possibly have? But this is like old fucking ass like money, basically, like fucking really ancient change.
Yeah, you have just like priceless Assyrian and Mesopotamian coins, and you're just like,
Yeah.
Get them, goblin.
Just like, I hope this makes you happy.
All right, so you throw those, and the goblin definitely seems interested. And at this point, Trizzy and Bill Webb notice that you've arrived, Cecilia, and the 3 of you can kind of confer.
Look, I don't see why you're sucking up to him so much. Look, he may have given me these dungarees, but over the years he's really become like so self-centered, so self-important. There was a time where he was a benevolent, giving king, but over time it's really gone to his head.
Bill sort of like pats his pistol and he says, like, want me to take care of this?
Look, if you can make it look like an accident, maybe.
Oh my
Jesus!
God.
Oh, excellent. I just sorry, I was
Really
just
can't
Googling.
fucking stand this one.
Yeah,
I
okay.
feel like we have a responsibility, though, to make sure no one else in the crew is dying.
Is he in the crew?
He's always been here, has he not?
Yeah, look. It wouldn't do well for someone who is a member of a royal.
Has he always been here?
I mean, I don't remember him ever not being here, and I feel like us assassinating a king is probably not good for the peace standing of our crew.
It seems fine. He just likes junk.
Trizzy, as you mentioned the peace situation, all three of you get a message from Captain Dumille, which is,
Engineer Trizzy, Communication Officer Cecilia, and Security Officer Bill Webb. Can you return to the bridge? We have a situation.
Okay.
On our way.
Let's go.
All right, so the three of you exit the King Humongous rally and get in the elevator back up to the bridge. Once again, it's like a big glass elevator, and as it goes, you can see the Rust Monster constellation in the distance. It's little spindly legs kicking as if to come for you and eat up all your armor.
He's just hungry. We should feed him. Everyone, throw your weapons into its mouth.
We should feed him, but we should feed him King Humongous. Oh, I know. Look, I'm not much one for monarchy.
I feel like everyone on this ship deserves a chance to discuss themselves, which brings me, by the way, to perhaps a weird topic. Bill, we could table this for later. I think Dot would like to reintegrate into the populace. Again, we can table it. This may be conversation for another day. Just saying. Spoke with her. She seems to be pretty lonely.
Oh, Bill, famously disinterested in the affairs of people, says, "Fine."
Wow. All right, so that brief moment of compassion is interrupted by the elevator getting to its destination. Ding! The doors open, and you all can step out, and you see up ahead of you the doors to the bridge where the captain is, but there are people in the hallway. Specifically, you see Dr. Jovan, who is like a big operating table made out of futuristic space metal. And you see Admiral Grice, a 7-foot-tall angel illithid, kind of standing there conferring. And they seem concerned. There's a dour kind of atmosphere as you approach.
Uh-oh.
Is there anything you say or do?
Yeah, we can put the topic of assassinate, and they're definitely not assassinating King Humongous off until later.
It's funny that you use that word, because as you venture down the hallway towards the conferring characters, you see there are 2 bodies on the floor.
Oh no.
The security detail who was with Admiral Grice, whose bullets Bill Webb took. These 2 illithids are on the ground, and there are splashes of blood on the wall where they were standing. And Dr. Jovan and Admiral Grice turn to you severely.
Uh-huh.
And Dr. Jovan says, "Pineapple?"
Yeah. We have to lock things down.
Do you remember the way the engine sighed? I was stuck with you. Night was chasing day. Stuck to think about the cotton candy sky. The clouds are watching us. Just